Hello lovely people, I'm Debs. Welcome back to my channel, The Creative Book Shack. I have some things to say before I get on with what I'm doing. Welcome to all the new subscribers. I notice that I am up to 95 now, which is marvellous. Thank you very much for subscribing. Now, I did say a little while ago that when I got to 100 subscribers, I would enter anyone who wanted to be entered from my subscribers into a draw, and I would send the winner this. This is a little journal I made using papers sent to me by my lovely friend Candy at Candy's Crafty Creations. We have a tag there. We have a little notebook with some coffee dyed papers. We have a little pull out writing spot that I can't get back in again. Yes, I can. Of course I can. We have an envelope with some, you see that in there? There's some ephemera in there and a couple of altered playing cards. I'll send this anywhere in the world. I'll do a draw of anyone who wants to be included once I get to 100 subscribers. So tell your friends to subscribe. Anyway, enough of that. I've been playing around today, just seeing if I could make some simple things, and made this little tag booklet. So I thought we'd do that today. What do I have? I thought I'd do a Christmas one. I don't often do Christmas stuff. So I have two pieces of 8x8 double-sided. It's thin card that I thought I would use. I have some scraps of paper because I'm going to put a little journal in there. I have glue. This is for the angles on my tags. I've got a variety of, oh, that's just a bit of scrap paper. Variety of Christmassy coloured things. Scissors. I've got a hole punch. I've got a corner rounder. I've got a stapler. And I have some ink. In this case, I have Bundled Sage, which is from the Tim Holtz range. So I've got a pencil. Somewhere I've got a ruler. There's a ruler. And I've got scissors. What I am going to do to start with is I've decided I want this as the outside. Now, the reason I've done that is because this is directional. So I want that on the inside. So what I'm going to start by doing is folding this in half to the best of my ability and using the bone folder on it. Right, let's see how badly I've done. Actually, that's not too bad. Then what I want to do is, because I want to put pockets on the inside, I am going to fold this. And you can just eyeball this. I mean, just do it any length you want. And the next thing I'm going to do, because this card's reasonably thick, I am going to cut out this bit here. And I'm just going to go either side of the fold up to that fold. So when I fold those in, there isn't a great bulk here. Now, the other things I want to do, I want to make it look like a tag. So I'm going to take my, whatever this was, Artworks loyalty card that has run out, and go down there like that. And I flip the card over, and I go down there like that. And then I'm going to cut just inside, sort of inside the pencil lines. That was mainly so I didn't have to rub it out. But there is still a bit on there, so I will rub it out. And I am going to take my hole punch, which is here. Which one's the bigger one? That one. Actually, I will do this properly. We're on 5 3/4, so I'm going to go here. I am going to take my hole punch. I'm going to put it there. Okay. Now the next thing I want to do with this is ink it, because I like things to be... Oh no, I don't. Sorry, not the camera. The next thing I want to do is just round these off. I'm going to do both of them, she says confidently. I'm making a pig's ear of that. Right, and then the other thing I would quite like to do is put a notch. Now these have stripes. I'm going to put a notch in the middle of there. Just a little one. 1, 2. Those fly, don't they? Those little bits when they're cut out. Right, now I'm going to ink. So the ink is there. For once I'm not going to go in with anything too dark, because normally I use a really dark brown, but I thought I'd just use a little bit of green because it's more festive. I'm going to go all the way around this side, but I don't need to do the bottom bits because that's going to fold up. I am going to go down the middle, both sides, and then up this side here. Yep, then I'm going to flip it round and I'm going to do both sides of this fold here. Both sides of that fold there. And both sides of this fold here. So I'm just going to go all the way around the edges. How is everyone? Did you all have a good weekend? I had a very nice quiet weekend. Although I have started posting, and I'm going to try and do them daily. I have started posting short videos. because I want to get into the habit of doing something really small every day. I thought if it was really small, I'd have more chance of doing it. So what I'm doing is a 3-minute art video, because 3 minutes is the longest shorts I can do. So I did those over the weekend, and it's getting me into the habit of using my tiny little mini journal that I made just to do a bit of mixed media art, as well as the crafting, because I love both. So we're nearly there. All inked up. Done. I'm not inking the other one, you'll be relieved to know, because it must be dull watching someone ink things. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to fold those up like that, and I am going to glue both sides. Glue. There's the glue. So I might even be able to keep the glue straight. I can't get into the glue. I've left the pin out for too long. Where's the pin? Lost. Ah, here it is. There's the pin. Let's just open that up and try again. So my grandson says that. He's 2.5. He says, try again, mate. Try again. So that's the first one. There goes the second one. This is the basis of our little booklet. I will just stick some clips on there. While we get on with what we're going to put in it. So here I have another piece of double-sided 8x8. Once again, this side is directional. So I thought what I would do with this one, I've got these little bits of paper, which there was a bit of scrap paper in the drawer that I just folded into quarters and ripped. It is, if you want to know what size it is about 2.5 inches wide, or 5 3/4 centimeters by 7.5 inches, or 2 7/8 inches. Right, I want that at the top, and because there's a nice straight dotted line here, I'm just going to cut it. And I know I'm going to go through my paper underneath, but it's only a bit of scrap paper, so right. I want that right at the top of there. I think. Have I put a hole in the paper? Oh yes, of course I have. Yeah. So we're going to go down that one, I think. that one there. Another hole. And then we want this. There. So we're going to go just under those marks. I'm now going to take the tatty bit . I want that one on there because it's got a nice little cardinal on there. I want that one that way up. I want them as lined up as possible. I am going to put a couple of staples in there like that. So this is going to open up. But I don't want that tatty bit there. So I've got this. And I'm going to stick it over the top using some fabric glue. So we'll start by going along there like that. I should really have ironed this, but I didn't. So that is roughly half. I'm going to stick that down there like that. Oh, it's not even close. Better slightly. This glue's quite good though. And then we'll do the same on this side. And we will fold that over like that. I'm just going to cut those bits off. So, there's my cardinal. We have a little notepad. I want to put that round it. Oh, why not? Let's just put that on there like that. And there we go. One little notepad. Now with this, I'm just going to make some tags. Yes, I'm just going to make some tags. So to start with, almost pretty much 10 centimeters. So I am going to mark, look at that. Mark that there. You better be the same down the bottom here. Yes, it is. Pencil. Mark that there. I am going to Nope, needs to be done again. My packing sheet is wrecked. Put that in there. Do you know what? I'm just going to cut the rest of it. And then we have, what do we have here? 17, and half of 17 is 8.5. So we'll go there, that one. And we'll do the same with this one. Yeah, actually no real need for precision here. We'll go down through there. Then we will take the corner rounder, which is here, and we will just round the top corners. I'm not going to ink these. I do want to make sure all the birds, oh, there's another bird on this one, and baubles are the right way up though. And then we will put some holes in, so we'll go there. Oh, wrong bit, that bit. And this one I'm just eyeballing the centre. It'd help if I kept it in the right place. There. And there. Next, I think I want this. And I want 4 pieces of it. Are those going to be long enough? Yes, I think so. This is just twine, but it's quite festive twine. I want 4 of them. There we go. I'm going to do 2 of them. I'm going to do this way round. So I'm going to go in from the flowered side. And the only reason I'm specifying that is because I like the bit that goes across to be at the front, like that. So I'll do 2 that way. If you're worried about this, because sometimes they can slip, stick a bit of glue on it. It will be fine. Right, so there's 2 of those. These ones I'm going to turn around. It took me so long to realise that if you wanted that straight bit at the front, you had to push it from front to back. I don't know, when you've got a 50-50 choice, you can guarantee I get it wrong. It took me ages to come to grips with that. But there we go. I have learnt now. Not very flexible this, so it'll probably stay in place, but it's a minor challenge to get it in place in the first place. Right, that is the final one. And these are the contents for my little stocking filler book, my little Christmas book. I do not, I have to say, often do. What have I done with it? Ah, there it is. I do not often do Christmas stuff. Only because you end up with a load of it and you don't know what to do with it. Now, the only thing we have left to do here is to decorate the front. And I am thinking I've got that, which I quite like. This is, you know, these fruit netting bags. I'm going to put that on there, and it probably needs to be a bit shorter. We'll trim it off once it's on there. And then I've got this. So to start with, what I am going to do is wrap this. Then I'm going to staple this. Then I'm going to wrap it over the staple so you can't see it. And I'm going to put some fabric glue on there because this glue appears to be relatively good. And I am going to leave that there like that with a clip on it. Then I think maybe this can go on here to stick the muslin down. Don't want it all stuck down. That has not stuck. Do you know what? I think I might have to hot glue gun. Let's leave that to warm up a bit, and then I don't want them that long. Let's have it about that long. Going to cut that at an angle. Cut them at the wrong angle, haven't I? Let's chop that off. I've cut them at the same angle, so do I want to turn it that way? No, still at the same angle. Okay, what I want to do then is cut that way, and then that way. That makes me feel happier. Okay, those are going to go on there once the hot glue gun has warmed up. In the meantime, I am going to cut this off. I'm going to cut that at about there. Yeah. And then I'm going to cut it the other side at about there. What else have I got in this bag? Oh, I've got this. Maybe we could do it up with that. Or I don't really like bling, to be honest. Everything's stuck. Is this going yet? Not quite. Nearly. We're nearly there. So we're going to put that on there first. And then we're going to put that on there. and we are going to find the end of that. We're going to cut about that much off. Right, my glue gun's hot. I'm going to stick that in the middle and position those so they are separated. Then I'm going to put just a little line over there. I don't often use the hot glue gun. I tell you what I do use it for. I've broken the arms off my glasses and I use it very regularly to stick the arms back on my glasses. I probably shouldn't. That's probably not what it's intended for. But there we go. Now we're going to fill it up. So we're going to put our little notebook in there like that. We are going to alternate our tags. So we're going to have a red one and a green one. Then a red one. Then a green one. Are those all too long? Do I want them to stick out of there? I don't actually think I do. So we will cut those off. We will cut those off. And we will seal it with doesn't work. It's not going to go through the hole. I know how to get it to go through the hole. Maybe we'll put it through one piece at a time. We'll fold it in half and you will go through that hole. Right, so this is long enough so you can actually open it without having to remove the thing. So here we go. We have a little Christmas tag thing. And when you open it, it's got pockets, it's got a little notebook, and it's got 4 tags. I don't intend to do very much more Christmas stuff, to be honest. There are some things I want to make for family, but that isn't necessarily paper crafting. But that looks okay. Thank you for stopping by. It's always lovely to see you. And I hope you pop by again. And don't forget, once I get to 100 subscribers, I'm going to be giving that little journal away. And I'll send it anywhere in the world. So if you want to enter, I'll let everyone know nearer the time how to do so. Lovely to speak to you. Bye for now.